Hi guys, good morning. It's 7th of February and everyone knows that Bitcoin has like crashed, pumped, and it's amazing because I'm hoping to see Bitcoin really volatile, and the more volatile it is, the more fun it will be and the more it will attract, I think. So we're currently at 67,000, Solana 84, it's also a trending coin at the moment. We'll look at it. Bitcoin's at 1.4 trillion and 241 billion is Ethereum. So let me just look at the chart very quickly. I gave my whole analysis in the previous video why I think Bitcoin's a buy over here and anywhere over here, to be honest, even here, I guess. In this video I'm going to talk about a sell I made also and why I made it. Anyways, so Bitcoin crashed between 12 in the afternoon, correcting down by midnight, so in 12 hours, around 15%. This was big, this was a really big. And at midnight, it pumped 18% in a day. Also really good. So we're just gonna mark this as an interesting area and we're just gonna take note of it because maybe this is just an anomaly and now Bitcoin will hold maybe this area over here, which would be really good. Because it would possibly set us up for another push to this resistance line if it does something like this, in my opinion, and maybe we get that and then we'll get the rejection maybe down, or it will take us straight away to this level which comes at 86,000, and we'll see what it does at this point. But it's very likely that now we are in a bear market due to the RSI. So I'm still thinking that we have downside, but it's difficult to say at this point. We'll just watch and notice that this is the 3 months. Okay, so in that case, we're looking to get out at this base here, 77,000. So here you have a base of 59%, and currently we are 13% below. So this can go up to 30%, that would be a great buy, which it did present itself to be a really good buy at all these levels because instantly it went back up into profit. You know, that's 13% in less than a day. And that's why if Bitcoin can hold this area, which even if it is on a downtrend, as you can see in this fractal, it can do that. What can happen is it will crack down again, maybe make another push up high. That's 30%. It's really good. That's really good trading volatility. We kind of want this right now. And so what I would do is I would start setting up orders, and I'll just show where I would do that. So I go 15% below or 20% below or 30% below, but I would aim a lot for this area, which is 58, 59 again, which is where we went, bounced back up. And if this plays out, then you again have a chance to buy in at 58, 59 at this level. So else. Yeah, and then we have this base, you know, so a lot of strong bases are coming up, a lot. I think we're gonna have really good volatility. This is a strong base. So imagine, okay, Bitcoin can do something like this. And then it can bounce back up again. Hold this again. And it can maybe start playing out with this being a nice strong support. Because, I mean, this is from June all the way to around October. This was support. So, like, you know, a lot of time was spent with people holding. But this chart gets a bit scary if then it does this, because you have a full-on head and shoulders upside down pattern. Like, so then downside will come if that plays out. So let's see what it does. No point speculating further. What we can do is play the volatility by setting up area-like areas here. Limit buy what is there. Maybe set one up here. You know, that could possibly get you in for a 18% trade or more. You know, you never know. If Bitcoin can by this week, by the 16th of February, today is the 7th of February, in a week, if Bitcoin in a week can get above 87,000, then maybe it can do that. So I think we just have a week to wait. In a week we'll know. Or at most, then it will go sideways. For around 2 to 3 months. Around May, maybe. But then it's, I mean, you buy in May, sell in May, go away, is the saying. But doesn't matter, because, I mean, this would give us 31% move from around here, let's say. So that takes us to around this area. So this area, which is the 84, 85, 86,000, 87, 88,000, is really, really vital for us to keep going up. Similar to when Bitcoin was super bearish and produced this triangle of I don't know how many months, almost a year. Around the same fall. And then at this point, you know, there was like hopium, but another triangle that was around 26%, and then this took us up 26%. Then we were all saying, for these 3 candles, Bitcoin's either going to make this move, get rejected, and then come back down and meet this support line, or it has to do something like, or come down like this, whatever, or it has to just like go up. And that's what it did. So if you ask me right now, for us not to go lower, we need to do something by the next week. So by the next week, we need to be at like 110,000, I don't know, 93,000, 98,000. Then I think it would spook the market so much that price might actually go up or whatever. It would just be a big move, a very big move at this point. But there are a lot of scenarios that can play out that then would produce actually a bearish chart like we showed before. Okay, so I'm just gonna go back to here. I'm gonna quickly just jump into any coins that I might have done stuff with. You see Doge, waiting for this move, which I think should come. I noticed Doge really held solid in this entire time against Bitcoin. Worth mentioning. So guys, as you can see here, these are just stupid trades that I take on. I see them low from the base, 57-66%. It's still going more, and actually might actually even reach here, 7 cents. But I think that should get a push to here. Pepe, I really like this coin. I cannot wait for this coin to start moving. Starting to take some positions in Pengu, but you know, very small ones, and I won't be adding. Pendle. Yeah. Bonk. CC, which we had a look at last time. Okay, so I had something happen in ETH. So let me just get out of the hourly and go into the weekly. So my buy in here, see this gap? Helped me out a little bit because now this is up 12%. This is up 14%. I mean, if you are trading with leverage, maybe I should start trading with leverage. I'm thinking if you put in an order here with 40x and it comes down and you're instantly in profit, you can pick a lot. So maybe I should start trading leverage. I don't know. Anyways, it's ETH. RSI on ETH is really low. Last time it was here, you know, it was forming a bottom. So ETH's looking good, and I think it should definitely find these levels again, these mid-ranges level again. And my sells are all in place to maybe earn something like a 40, maybe 50% trade. This could even go Anyways, I don't want to have a look at Ethereum. I don't really know what it's gonna do. I'll just finish off with ETH Bitcoin. Back in bear land, you know. So altcoins aren't too great at the moment. Okay, I'll finish off with MSTR. So everyone's really talking shit about MSTR. And I mean, it has fallen from 77%. And this, so on February 2021, MSTR topped before Bitcoin, because Bitcoin topped in April and then in November of 2021. So again, MSTR July 2025, which basically means that MSTR topped very close to here, but MSTR topped and Bitcoin went to top in October 6th, so that is around 1 month and a half. February 2021, March, April, and we topped at 60, whatever it was, whatever. Okay, so Bitcoin, so MSTR has gone down 89% in that 2022 bear market, and now it's down, was down 75-80%. Currently it's 73%. Now I took this fractal, which is basically it's bear market. So if you take it like that, it overlays, and I just took it from one to the other. Now it's looking, MSTR is definitely looking stronger than it was before, because it could have been at 171 if it was at the same kind of 2022 vibe, but it's actually stronger. So, but it's moving relatively the same. So I think there's still one more sharp panic down with MSTR, and maybe MSTR is the one we want to look at, because this is 10th November. What happened 10th October? 6th October. This was the all-time high of Bitcoin. Here. 6th October. And here it was already 32%. So more than 20, which is worth noting that something more than 20 is a bear market or a recession. And since then, it's been on a free fall. So I would say MSTR got bullish here or here, and this confirmed the bullishness, which came June of 2023, and that was when Bitcoin was June of 2023. Bitcoin had already flipped bullish. So Bitcoin flipped bullish on this date, in my opinion, which was the first week of 2023. So what was MSTR doing on the first week? Ooh. So this is what it was doing. MSTR was bottoming, capitulating again, and Bitcoin then on the 7th went up. After obviously this happened, 9th, yeah, this candle. So, and obviously this was the ETF. So the ETF news supported Michael Saylor's plan, and if you bought for $16 in 2023 January 9th, you were buying below 1 base, 2 base, 3 base, and you were entering here at 16. So remember, a base, strong base, I think this is how much? This is 77%. This is a very strong base. So you're buying 69% below the base. I really want to start trading MSTR. Like, I think MSTR is the one to trade at the moment. But here is suggesting that we still have more downside, because we need to watch this line. Because if we bought on this candle, which is the 17th of January 2023, here, you're buying Bitcoin at 20,000, but 2 weeks before it was 15, 16,000. And the more I look at this, the more I'm seeing, something like this now. Nothing too crazy. So that basically means that Bitcoin has 140 days possibility of downside till around June, 15 June. And maybe it's done something like this, or it's doing something like this. So it was MSTR 2022 June. MSTR June here was holding, but it had capitulated once, twice, held, cracked, not good, really not good, 28 November, really not good. And then 3rd January we bottom. And along the way we closed this gap, and then MSTR was what it was. Another example of a wedge. So in this case, you would be like, okay, so this is 92%, so I think this is going to fall 92%. Yeah, it falls 73%. $89, and you can also take 46. So it will fall between 46 and 90%. In this case, it falls 74%. %. I have to start trading MSTR 100%. Okay, so this is more or less the end of the video. I'm gonna try doing these freestyle videos. At the moment I don't get any views, guys, so I'm just gonna take it easy. I'm trying to find a way where I can do this and like be helpful and try and provide good analysis. But I also know that if I just run in and just make a video for the sake of making a video, you know, it might be rushed and you know, anyways. So let's keep track of MSTR, because when MSTR is done, we can go up, I think. But now we are below this base, one base, and we need to get below second base. So here we got below the first and the second, and then we got below the third, and then we found the bottom. So now we are below one. So this blue line is a base. Why is it a base? Because you had huge growth on top of it. Then you capitulated into 1, 2. You capitulated the second one, which is good, because that's what happened here. But because it's stronger, like we think, it rebounded back in. So Bitcoin is strong, I think. And we might be in this big panic that's going to come. Or maybe this was it. And that's all the capitulation we're going to get. In any case, we are looking for another something else. If we go back up, we are looking for something else to suggest that this doesn't further go down. So let's say we go down, come back up. Here we went up. So this was the ETF news. We need some news to come in around March, around the first week of March. Again, it goes back to, I think, what I said in the very beginning of this video, which is if we're going to go back up into high prices, Bitcoin needs to move up above 84,000 by the next week, I think, or two. And looking at MSTR is saying that there's still further downside. But the good thing is that that downside is going to be less, I think, because Bitcoin has been MSTR has been performing stronger than it did in its past, but moving quite similar and the same. So we'll see. Anyways, half an hour. If you like this content, please follow, and if you have any questions, just write them down. I don't know. Cool. Have a nice day, guys. Ciao, ciao.